Today's subject:
save data. So hey my brothers and sisters, it's your boy Zachel, and welcome back to some more Chaos Zero Nightmare. In today's video we're going to be talking about save data and how it works. So where to get it, what is it used for, how it can be corrupted, and how all of it can't be saved. But without further ado, let's just hop on into it. So the easiest thing to talk about, what is save data? Save data is your loadouts for your characters. Every time you do a zero system or chaos run, you will get save data. And then depending on various things, that will determine what cards are kept and aren't kept, but we will talk about that later in this video. Now the save data menu lets you see your cards, when it was acquired, how many cards you have, and you can even name it or make it a favorite to make the little picture nice and pretty, but we already know these things because it's gone over in the tutorial. But if you just skipped over all that, you just didn't care, you're hearing it again. And save data is used in every mode outside of Chaos Manifest and Zero System. Those are only two modes where you can't take your save data and run it back through a second time. But yeah, this is the easiest and fastest thing to talk about, which is what save data is. Now, how is save data acquired? Chaos. It's all gotten from Chaos, either Chaos or Zero System, but we will be sticking with the Chaos Manifest because we'll talk about Zero System in another video. So, going with Chaos Manifest, we have all our chaoses here. Click any of them, go in, and the main thing we need to focus on here is save data value. Very important, very important. This save data value determines, well, what cards will and won't be kept, and then as far as which ones will and won't be kept, it's another round of gotcha. But yeah, the most important thing to look at is that save data value. Obviously, the higher you go, it changes. If we go back to the very beginning, it's very low. If we activate this, it's still very low. If we get around 4, activate this, it's normal. So yeah, both the difficulty and the nightmare mode affect your save data value. So if we get all the way up to 6 and then probably turn on chaos, you see it's at high. So the higher it is, the better chance you have at keeping your cards. But not only that, the higher chance that you have of not getting normal cards put back into your deck and replacing your other cards as well. Now at the very end of your chaos run, your save data has a chance at being corrupted if your characters have gone through deep trauma. Simply going through deep trauma does not guarantee that you will have corrupted save data, but every time you do go through a deep trauma, your chances of getting a corrupted save data does increase. And then when it comes to recovering your save data, you just have to go to the psychotherapy in the Ark City, and there will house all your save data that's been corrupted. Now I've said this in a previous video, but people did ask this question. When it comes to having multiple runs that are corrupted, if you go to delete, it will get rid of all of them.
Sorry.
Some people thought it would just be the one. No, it tells you we're killing everything that's in your brain. And the same when it comes to restoring your save data. When you go through counseling, it will restore all of them. So it's all in one thing. You're not picking and choosing them. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The fact that not all save data can be well saved. The game treats the brain as a supercomputer pretty much. And when we get our save data, you see the TB, terabytes, right beside it. That's how much space is in your brain. So when it comes to what does stay and doesn't stay, each card has a weight assigned to it, and all characters then have a save data value that we don't necessarily know, but that save data value is affected by the difficulty of said run. That's why the higher the difficulty plus nightmare mode will give you a higher value in terms of how much storage can go into your character's brain. When a card exceeds the limit of what can fit in a character's mind, that's when the card is lost, and then sometimes also old cards are then returned because they're just trying to fill in that blank. It's like trying to remember a memory. You know, every time you remember a memory, it's not always exactly the same. So when you're trying to recall that combat experience, you sometimes get it mistaken with a basic attack. Now, this is not confirmed because this is very hard to confirm. But as of right now, the cards that have the highest chance of being removed are monster cards, number one, because I have tried putting numerous monster cards in my deck when I get them, and I have saved none. I don't have a single one. Then second would be Divine Epiphanies, which we can all notice that one as well because my Divine Epiphanies be just disappearing, even though I can get like 7 in a run and then they just disappear. But that's neither here nor there. After that, it would be neutral cards. So the ones that are most likely to get removed, monsters. Second most likely, Divine Epiphanies. Third most likely, neutral cards. Those are the little combat cards that you get from the shop and everything else. And then what's most likely to happen to you is your removed cards coming back.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
Now, in terms of like all the exact percentages and chances, nobody knows this, but this seems to be the case in terms of priority with how things are going. And sometimes it's just weird because I've been on a low run and I remove cards, and when I got to the very end, those cards would still be removed. They did not replace them with the normal cards. So again, it's still touch and go, but for the most part, that's pretty much how things go when it comes to save data. Do I wish they would give us a better breakdown on the priorities of how save data works? Yes. Do I wish that we could actually choose which cards after our run we get to keep? Yes and no, kind of sort of, because the fun is trying to get that perfect build and hoping it gets done, you know, but that's a little fun gambler in me. But if we could just pick the cards that we want after our run, then it wouldn't be as difficult to get the perfect build and everything else. So I guess it would take away from replayability. So I don't see that happening too much. But I would recommend they add something to where you can guarantee a card of your choice does get to stay, because that would help quite a bit. You know, like during your run, you have the option to lock a card, meaning this card will not be removed or replaced by a basic card. I think that would be a great addition to the Zero system and Chaos. But yeah, hopefully this video was informative and hopefully you learned something new. I will see you in the next one. I love you guys as always, and bye-bye.